everybody. I am Dr. Jasper Thompson. I am here from Betterlife Chiropractic, and I am super excited to be here today because it's been a little while since I've done one of these interviews.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of busy. We've been doing seminars, we've been to Vancouver, we've been just all over the place lately. So I'm excited to get back to uplifting the community and just really having somebody awesome here for an interview.
Oh, thanks, Jasper.
So I've got Jenny Hall here today, and she describes herself as an ENJO-preneur.
That's it.
So that's really cool, and I think this is going to be, this is really good timing right now because of the coronavirus and people are going crazy about making sure that bacteria is not anywhere near them. I went into Costco yesterday, and they are literally Lysol wiping everything as I walk in. They're wiping the grocery carts down and then handing them to me.
Yes.
And every person is getting that. So it is, there is some big things going on right now, and I think that your natural cleaning products, natural services, I think this is the time to be talking about this. So I really think this interview is happening at the right time.
Absolutely.
So let's start out with this. I want to know what brought you to Midland. How long have you been here? Just kind of tell us your story a little bit.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm actually from Aurelia. I grew up in Aurelia. My husband's from Aurelia as well. Okay. What brought us over this way is work for my husband. At the time when we came over this way, I was actually an actor. My background is in acting, and for many, many, many years, I was on the road, traveling a lot, and working in musical theater. So
that is super cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. I've traveled Canada, performing in all kinds of theaters all over Canada, which is awesome. And then when I kind of got to, the 4-0 mark, I started to not enjoy that lifestyle of having to be on the road all the time. I love performing, and I've always sort of had that outgoing personality, and I love connecting with people, but the lifestyle of being on the road, away from home, and you know what? Away from this amazing town and beauty that we live in. So at that time, I was looking for something else, and never thought I would be in direct sales, never thought I would even consider representing a company that had anything to do with cleaning, because I gotta tell you, I'm not a cleaner. Like, people say to me, oh, Jenny, your home must be spotless because you're an ENJO consultant. No. I clean because I have to. I'm like the rest of us. I like to get in, get it done, know it's done effectively, it's fast, and get out. So I actually was introduced to ENJO as I was looking to transition into something different, and started using the product myself, and was so blown away by it, and we'll get into that more. And I started to really consider doing this. It was very similar to what I had done in the past. I'm sort of, I'm teaching, I'm in front of people, I'm talking, which I was very used to. So so it worked very well to transition into it. But it was a little bit of a hard transition to go from acting and being on the road, and it was amazing. I absolutely loved it, and I do miss it a little bit, but I'm focusing on my ENJO business right now.
Okay, well, that's very cool. I didn't know any of that.
I
know. I totally see it though. Like, obviously, you're such an outgoing and fun personality. I can totally see it. So, okay, so let's jump right in here.
Okay,
let me go to my first kind of question, and that is going to be, tell them a little bit about what is ENJO, what are the products that you're selling, especially at this time with all this happening. I just think this is a great time for this. So go ahead, tell them everything you got.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, I appreciate this so much. I mean, Dr. Jasper is amazing. Betterlife is amazing. Just the fact that we can come together and support local business. This is what Midland's all about, so I'm so excited to have this opportunity today. ENJO is really about teaching. As consultants, we are available to serve our clients, to serve our community, and let them know about the toxicity of chemical cleaners that are in our homes. There are so many, we are becoming so much more aware of the toxicity of chemical cleaners, and it's amazing with social media, especially in the last, I've been doing it for about 5 years. So, and I would say in the past 2 years in particular, there's so much more knowledge. I don't sort of get deer in the headlights look anymore when I talk about cleaning with ENJO fibers and water and not using a chemical cleaner, because there is more and more information out there. So when I do an ENJO cleaning class, it really is about teaching about that. So for those that don't know about the toxicity of chemical cleaners, how hard they are on our lungs. There is actually a lung study. I actually brought it with me. If anyone is watching and wants to see this, I have lots of copies of this. So there was actually a lung study that came out in 2018. It's a completely independent study, not done by any company, and it took place over 20 years. And the conclusion of that study is that cleaning your home once a week could damage your lungs as much as smoking 7 packs of cigarettes a week. Like a pack of cigarettes a day, equivalent to clean your home once a week with chemical cleaners. So that was like a huge, that was huge. And again, if anybody wants to see this study, I have copies of it. It's really, really informative. I was blown away when I saw it. I had no idea. So that fueled the passion even more. I mean, I knew they were bad for us, but yeah. So it's that type of teaching and sharing that we as ENJO consultants do. We want to show you how you can remove that toxicity out of your home, clean simply, quickly, effectively with just ENJO fibers and water. So, for example, this chair is swiveling around. No, it's all good. It's all good. What's happening? I was like, swivel, swivel. So, for example, just because sometimes it's easier to get a visual of it. When I say ENJO fibers and water, you're thinking, well, what does that mean? So, for example, I'm just going to hold this up a little bit closer. So, this is our ENJO kitchen glove. It is actually a glove that you just put on your hand. This is specifically made for dealing with kitchen dirt. So kitchen oils, grease, all of that oily, greasy particles you mainly find in the kitchen. It is a fiber specifically engineered for that. All of our fibers are made in Austria as well. And this fiber technology was developed in Austria 30 years ago. ENJO's actually celebrating 30 years this year in Austria. So just with water, you're just using water. You just need water for your solvent. That's what's going to loosen the dirt and the grease and the grime of wherever you're cleaning, on the surface that you're cleaning. And then these little fingers of fiber, microscopically, there's millions of them on there. And if you look at our surfaces under a microscope, there's microscopic etchings and crevices in there. And there's bacteria and dirt that settles in there and grows. So with an ENJO fiber, what you can do very effectively, just using water, I'm going to use my hand as an example. If this is my surface and these are my exaggerated pores, when an ENJO fiber goes over that surface, it's going to get into those microscopic crevices and lift out and trap all of that dirt, that grease, that grime in the fiber just using water. And I know
so
it's
no soap.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, and it's hard to. That's why I always recommend if you're able to come to a cleaning class, attend a cleaning class. We call them ENJO demonstrations or cleaning classes. It really is seeing is believing, because it is hard to wrap your head around not having to use any product.
Right.
So, for example, just to go to with your talk about coronavirus and all these superbugs and these viruses that are really coming into play. If you think about cleaning a surface with basically, if you say a product, whether it's, I'm going to say a product, and that could be vinegar and water, it could be a chemical cleaner, it could be an eco cleaner. I clump all of those into a product clean. So I'm spraying a product, and then I'm using a flat cloth or whatever I'm using. Even there's flat microfiber cloths as well out there too. So even a flat cloth, what it's doing is it's basically just going over the surface. It's getting that surface clean, and all of those microscopic crevices, the bacteria is still sitting in there, plus the product residue from the product that you've used sits in there. Bacteria needs moisture and food to grow. So it's going to use that moisture, and so effectively it can start to create these superbugs. I don't know about you, but I find viruses these days, they stick around. Yeah. Like they're hard to anyway, so that's if that makes sense. I hope it does. Please post below when we post the replay if you have any questions about that and how the fibers work. But essentially, that's all it is. It's the fibers do the work for you. They lift and trap and remove, and then you're just going to wash it out with a little bit of warm water and soap, whether that's a machine wash or a hand wash. And the more natural you can go with your soaps, the better. We have our own natural soaps as well, but there are lots of natural options, more and more natural soaps out there, because a natural soap is going to rinse very clean from your fibers. Other commercial grade soaps have a lot of synthetic fragrance in them, and they are very coating, and they can coat the fibers, and the fibers just will not work as well as they can. Does that kind of sort of make sense?
Yeah, no, it absolutely does.
Of how ENJO works?
No, that's fantastic. I think that's a really good demonstration of how it works and how we can. I never would have thought to clean without soap.
I know,
right? And
I
so
know.
that's very interesting and makes sense. Makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep moving along here.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So can you see everybody?
Yeah.
I'm
just reading some of the comments. I kind of.
The study is crazy. I didn't know that.
For sure.
That's fascinating.
Cool.
Ali Scott in there too.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, so let's talk about one of the reasons that I do this. It's one of my favorite reasons is that I get to uplift the community, right? And so one of my favorite questions that I always ask is, let's uplift other businesses while we're here too, right?
Yes.
So Midland is such a tight-knit community, such a cool place, like you said. What is a business, and if you can't narrow it down to one, that's okay, you can say a couple.
Sure.
But just somewhere that you just love here in Midland, that when somebody asks you, where should I go in Midland? You're like, this is the place I need you to go.
I love this question, because I would say too, one of the best, we're very much on the same page with, Dr. Jasper, she loves connecting and uplifting, and I feel the same way when it comes to my business. One of the most exciting things that I get out of connecting with my community by sharing ENJO with them is a connection. Yeah. Like, you actually connect and you build a community around you. It's amazing how local business can do that. Right. So, and being a part of the Midland and District Business Women's Association as well has been amazing for my own business, but that connection, I've got so many local businesses that I love. So I'm going to give a shout out to Shirley's Boutique here in Midland. Shirley's Boutique is amazing. She's right beside the Dairy Queen, if you know where that is in Midland.
Okay, yep.
Beautiful, beautiful clothing. Most of them are, Canadian made or Canadian designers, that type of thing. So she very much supports, the Canadian fashion industry. So she's amazing. I love Grounded Coffee down the street. The best place to get coffee in Midland for sure.
I agree.
Just across the way here, just across from Better Life, there's the Georgian View Shops, and Gabrielle in there, she owns Baby Gaga Boutique, all secondhand, really nice secondhand, upcycled or recycled kids clothes from babies, I think, up to probably age, I don't know, maybe even 10 or 12. Her store is awesome. And then in that store as well is Rescue Baby Bums. And she is a cloth diaper store. A lot of people don't know that we do have a cloth diapering store here in Midland. Yeah, right here.
And they're right across the street.
They're right across the street. Yeah. So her name is Marie, is the owner of there. So she's awesome. That's just a few. And literally I've come in contact with them. We've come in contact through ENJO or just meeting them and getting to know their own businesses. They're great.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So neat. And the women's group, we're a part of that together, and just being around such powerful women is just so, I love it.
I would highly recommend it. Yeah, even if you aren't a woman in business, even to come just to be uplifted and have a night out and be around some awesome women that are doing amazing things, and we just have a really good time together. So I recommend that group too.
Yeah.
Sure.
We had one of the women at the last one said, you know what, I'm just here for a night out.
Yeah, which I love that.
That's awesome. Come hang out with all the amazing women here in town. So
sometimes you just need that, a night out away from everybody at home.
That's right. So, okay, I want to acknowledge you for a second. I want to take a minute to just acknowledge you because, I love doing these, but it's even more fun when you're super excited. You've been so excited for this.
I have.
And I have to say, the first time, so most people don't know this, but we met originally at the women's group.
We did.
And we were sitting beside each other. It was my very first event.
Yeah.
And the first thing that she did, we have to do these little intros where we say like it's a 30-second, you know, who are we, right?
Yes, introduce
and
yourself.
so she went before me. She stood up and put like makeup on your face.
That's right, I did.
You put makeup on your face and then you quickly wiped it off and you said some sort of funny line or something.
It was getting close to Halloween, and we have skincare fibers as well, so you can not only clean your home with just water, but your body and your face, remove makeup. So I did a little makeup removal real quick.
Yeah, which was hilarious. And then I'm standing there like, I gotta follow this. So anyway, it was very memorable, and you know, that's what I think of when I think of you. It's just this memorable, genuine, happy person. And every time that you speak, every time you're around somebody, you just uplift them. And it's, you know, honestly, it wouldn't matter what you did. I think you'd be doing that no matter what. Yeah. So the fact that you were acting, the fact that you were doing other things, it just doesn't surprise me because you're just such a genuinely good person. And I can't say anything more than that. It's just, if you're interested in this in any way, reach out to her. Go to one of her events, you know, even if it's just for a night out, because it's going to be fun. I'm telling you, you're going to have fun with her. So, okay, so then let's jump into where can they find you? Do you have any more events coming up, or do you have anything planned? Why don't you just tell them about that? Or how do they reach you? Any of those things?
I think probably the best way, if you are interested in attending a cleaning class, you may have a couple of people in your own circle. You may want to get together and have me over, and it could even be as little as 2 or 3 or 4 people. We can get together over coffee. It's, you know, easy. It's about an hour. I'd love to come to you and show you ENJO in action on your own surfaces. Or if you think, you know, I don't really want to do that, but I'd love to attend one, please comment below. When we replay this, the best way for me is if you can comment below and say, yes, I'm interested in attending, or yes, I'm interested in having you come to me, then I will get in touch with you and we can set that up. And you can find me, my Facebook business page is Jenny Hall, ENJO Canada, and I'll post that link in the comments as well. And if you want to just visit enjo.ca, ENJO.ca, everything is there. All of our fibers, all of the studies, like this, as I said, ENJO's been around for 30 years. We have studies and proving that ENJO fibers clean 6 times better than traditional cleaning methods because of that pore deep fiber technology. So if you want to get into, you may be a person that wants to know about the studies, the articles, it's all there for you on enjo.ca, and I'm more than happy to send you studies and articles as well. So yeah, just comment below or follow me on Facebook and we'll connect, and I'd love to just connect with you. That's what I'm all about.
You're definitely a connector, for sure. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope this helps a lot of people, especially in this time.
Yes.
And so, my last question before we finish is, what is your definition of living your best life?
Wow. Living your best life. My definition, simplicity, authenticity, love, and all of those things together bring contentment, fulfillment, and happiness. I don't know, that just came out.
I love it. I love that answer. What a wonderful answer. We're going to leave you with that. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dr. Jasper. Thank you so much.